Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing some processing. It's supposed to be semi-decent day. I mean, it is windy, but that's fine. So I got it all set up as of last night. It rained all night. Got some totes there. I may do it a little bit different today. I may split into the tote. My parents are in town, so instead of dumping it on the ground and then pushing over there for them to stack, I'm thinking of, I think, it depends on what they want to do, thinking of dumping it in here. Use the pallet jack, they can get it out, put another one there just so they can get it stacked. It'll kind of help with debris too, so I'm not sure, but I gotta get a new chain put on there. That's pretty dull now, so yeah, stay tuned. All right, taking a little break. We got 2 stacks so far, working on the 3rd. Got these 3 we filled off the conveyor, working on another one. I tell you what, when you have big logs, and I didn't record it, I should have. You could tell how big this one is. This is going to be boiler wood because they're short. You can make a lot of wood fast. This whole tote was 1.5 logs because they were probably 18, 20 inches easily. And it pushes through, have about 2 resplits, not so bad. Then it's actually kind of fun. The wedge don't move. When you get big wood, that wedge does not move. But you know, so you loosely fill this tote. Even if you had where this was covered, right? You take the cutoff piece and you put it on there. That's not 1/4 of a cord, I can tell you that right now. We've done 6 of those already so far. It's about 2 of those to fill a tote stacked. So I'd say it's probably just over maybe 1/4 of a cord. A half of a face cord, just over a half a face cord. So, like I said, every single time you fill a tote loosely like that, they all sit different. Sometimes, like, look, those are more like horizontal versus, you know, vertical or whatever. And then this one is way less than that one, you can just tell. So, I'd rather do this. Yeah, it takes a little bit more time. It dries faster, it looks better, and you know exactly how much you have in every single tote. So, I don't know, to each their own. I mean, there's a reason why I do a lot of firewood every year, and I'm gonna continue to grow it and whatnot. So, but yeah, I figured I'd just give you guys a little update on that. Kind of want to get you guys some different angles. And next time I do a really big piece, hopefully my wife's home, we can get that recorded, because it's pretty cool. Like I said, it just fills. I mean, I think I have 1 huge log down there. I bet you 1 log will loosely fill this tote. It's that, you know, it's max for this machine. It's probably 20, maybe 22 inches. I had one that it just barely fit in there. It was touching the grab bar there. So yeah, all I know is it's warm today. At least it's windy. So, but yeah, stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, let's see how much we did. So it's obviously the next morning. It started to rain pretty good. I mean, it's like 30 degrees colder, but still here. It's pretty tired. So we got a full tote of boiler wood there, and then so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stacked already, and then 3 that we haven't had stacked. So what did I just say, 8? So it's probably 9.5, give or take, maybe. Some resplits in there. So all in all, it's a pretty good day. I mean, it went pretty smooth, and plus this is a little over half full of some more boiler wood there, cut-offs. So what I actually did, you know, a lot of times when when we had these totes, all the scraps, like that little broken piece right there, they were throwing them in the pool, right? The little thing, like a lot of this stuff. So I wanted to try it. I had a pretty good coal bed, a little bit of wood in my boiler. That thing was heaping full. Me and my dad, we lifted it up and just dumped it right in there to see what would happen. Obviously, there's a lot of this stuff is all wet, and I didn't know if it was going to put it out or if it was just going to take it and burn it. Well, no, it burned it, but it was like an absolute freight train just running, right? It still only did its 5-10 minutes of burn cycle, but whatever, that's a different story. So yeah, it wasn't too bad. Still, we only did I don't even think I had to refuel. I did put some more fuel in there, but we never run out of fuel. We did a lot though, because I put 5 gallons, not 5 gallons, 1 gallon of bar oil in there, and I probably used about 1 gallon of it. So filled the sawdust tote up once, and we're almost 3/4 of the way. So I know it was one of the most, or the longer times we've processed wood. So got a couple different views there. Obviously, my wife recorded, I don't know how big the log was, but it was at least 18, probably 20-inch log on there. Did it just fine. But that's the best machine, I kid you not, how it's set up for resplits, right? So it pushes it through no problem. You have 1, 2 sections on top and maybe 3 on the bottom, but it's easy to pick them up, throw them back in, and go. That's the fastest way to make the wood, is having bigger pieces, you know. Yeah, if you got to retouch them a little bit, so be it. I'd rather touch them there than have to retouch them afterwards in your pile or your basket. You know, for those of you that just let them dump in like that, which I think it makes sense when you're gonna get them stacked, but you know, yeah, it looks like a good amount of wood, but it's not. It's not. I mean, out of everything we stacked here, you know, most of the time, and like I said earlier, even if you had this, put the cutout back on here and filled it up, honestly, it's just over half a face cord. I mean, maybe. It's not 1/4 of a face. I know that for a fact. So maybe it is with the 330 gallon totes, but look at all this debris in there. I mean, if you guys are dumping that in your truck or trailer to deliver, I don't think that's good business. I mean, to each their own though. I have higher standards than that, I suppose, because you have all of this, right? There's a lot of this that comes off the end of the conveyor, whether you have grizzly bars or whatever, you know, even a disc cleaner or a tumbler, there's stuff that still get it through there, right? And obviously, I know when this stuff dries, a lot of the bark's gonna come off. All the granules, because when I dry it in the kiln, right, and then I dump it in my trailer, you still have stuff. It is what it is, but coming straight off the conveyor into that's ridiculous. But everyone has their own practice, so I'm just kind of giving you my thoughts on it, you know, as far as volume and how dirty this is. Not only that, I mean, there's pieces that squeak by like this, you know. Okay, this is not a nice piece. Look how big this is. That's a boiler piece. It's not even 16. You know, this little chunk here, and what are you going to do with that? Some people that might work. Other people are like, what is that? My clients around here do not want that stuff, you know. And then there's all this little junk. You know, like, what do you do with that? Customers do not want that. At least not mine. I mean, look at this. It's all boiler stuff, right? So, I don't know. All in all, good day. I got sunburn on my arms. You probably can't tell, my face is a little red, which is fine, which is surprising because I've worked all week in the sun, but I guess I'm just standing there getting baked all day. But no, she's a great machine. I like it. Obviously, I have a lot to clean up. I kind of just ran out of time yesterday. And I'm hoping that it maybe clears up today because I kind of want to process some more. We'll see. I'm okay with doing 9 in a day, probably 9.5. I was trying to shoot for 10, but I got a busy week. I'm not even sure. I was gonna be working today, but it's supposed to storm all day, and right now it hasn't even rained the last couple hours, which is kind of annoying. Should be working at the moment, but it is what it is. I got a lot of that stuff I got to do around here, so. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. You got to see, you know, pretty much its capacity on that one log. There was a log that wouldn't even fit through there that I had on there. I didn't measure it, but it's probably like 24 inches, maybe a little bigger. A sugar maple log. It was pretty heavy too. It just wouldn't fit. No matter how I put it in there, it just wouldn't go. The opening wasn't big enough, so I would have. So I took it off, set it down below. I'll just have to hand cut that and split it. No big deal. So one out of the 20 cords or 30 cords that I've split in the last couple weeks wouldn't fit, so no big deal. So all in all, pretty good. So let me know what you guys think, and as always, keep burning.